Welcome to Rita's Paper Motif. Today I wanted to share with you 3 projects. One we're going to make, and that's using the pocket dots, dies, and the stamp. Before we get started though, I just quickly wanted to introduce myself. I'm Rita, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I love to create card designs, scrapbook pages, and 3D projects. And I love to share them with you in hopes that it will inspire you to create and then share your projects with those that matter to you. Also, I wanted to quickly share that the best place to see what's going on is at ritaspapermotif.com. Not only can you see the tutorials, you can see what's new and current, and there's virtual copies of our catalog, so that's a plus. Also, something that I don't talk about very often, but it's definitely important, is that also with the website, there's an opportunity for you to join my design team. It's a good way for you to get discounts on product, as well as to join the family. We have a lot of fun creating. We're definitely hands-on. We have our own private Facebook page, so you're welcome to join that as well. Also, I wanted to share with you that on April 22nd through the 23rd, I'm going to be having a Spring Fest, and so that's going to be Saturday and Sunday. There will be several classes each day, and the projects and cards that we're going to make are all around the theme of spring and Easter. So if that's something you think you might be interested in, you're going to find the registration on my email list. So if you want to participate, make sure you sign up for my newsletter. The best way actually to sign up at this point is just by giving me your permission either by text or message, and then I'll add you to my email list. I don't just add anyone. It has to be something that you request for me to do. So the registration information will go out on the email this week's email and probably next week's. But I do need all the registration to be in by the 15th of March. So just sharing that with you. And then I would be remiss if I didn't share with you the campaign that's going on right now with Stampin' Up, and that's the celebration. It does go until the 28th. So today's Monday and Friday, this will end. It's a perfect opportunity for you to earn free product, and the way you earn that free product is by qualifying purchases. Well, the qualifying purchase is a $60 purchase, and that is $60 before shipping and taxes, and then you can choose an item from the $60 category. Should your purchase total $120 before shipping and taxes, then you can choose an item from the $120 category or 2 from the $60 category. So it's a really good way to pick up some designer series paper, stamps, sets, dies, and even now they've added a couple of the punches. So I just wanted to put this out there that I see a lot of bees and honeycomb in card designs these days. So I think that's going to be the trend for the summer. And so this is a bee builder punch, and you could get it for free with your $60 purchase. All right, I also wanted to share with you that if you're wanting to subscribe to the Paper Pumpkin, now the Paper Pumpkin is a kit, but it's different from our regular kits that we carry online. This is by subscription only. So once you subscribe to the Paper Pumpkin, then at the end of the month, each monthly subscription will be in your mailbox, and then you can create to your heart's content. Now, March's is a little bit different because it's an anniversary celebration of the paper pumpkin. So I see that we're going to be getting not just one stamp set in it, but an additional stamp set. And these stamp sets are great because you can use them over and over, and a lot of times the font is something that I like, and so I will use it in my cards even though it's from the paper pumpkin. And all the items that you need to create those cards are in that box. And you can also bring in, if you like to, I love to, bring in products from your craft space and just make some alternatives, and also extend the ingredients that are in the box. But in this particular box, you're going to be able to make 9 cards, 3 of each design, and they'll have the coordinating envelopes. We'll be seeing some gold foil, some pre-cut vellum, and some ephemera. And the coordinating colors would be crumb cake, crushed curry, lemon lime, twist, lost lagoon, mossy meadow, and very vanilla. And I did want to tell you that with each paper pumpkin, if it's a stamping kit, you will get an ink spot in the paper pumpkin, as well as the first time you get an acrylic block to hold your stamps. And you can collect these. These are as good as our regular ink pads. They function the very same way. When they start to get need some refreshing, then you can definitely do that with our ink refills. But this is a good way if you're getting started to just get more colors that you have access to. So it's a really smart way to start collecting the ink. All right, now I think I've pretty much covered everything. Let's go ahead and get started. What we started out with was trying to fill my birthday card organizer, and we talked about this organizer. I didn't check this morning, but it is on the last chance list, and right now it's going for $7. So if this is something you think you want, I would suggest you go ahead and grab it, because once it's gone, it's gone. And I'll just kind of flip through it for those of you that haven't seen it before. So this is a kind of like a planner. I don't know how many of you are like the planner scene. I am a planner girl, so I really like this nice and sturdy cover. Inside the very first, you have a pocket. I have my return address labels here. I'll put some stamps, and that way when I go to pull a card from whatever monthly pocket that is appropriate or is current, then I'll just put the stamp on it and return address and address it, and I'll send it out. Now you can see that my folder, and there's a pocket on the back as well, so you can use it for storing extra cards or whatever you want. I'll go, as I get through with all these cards, and kind of regroup. But, and I'll write the birthdays down on the day. So whomever might have a birthday on January 1st, their name will go here. Then when I do my planner, then I'll give myself ample time to get it in the mail so that that person would get their birthday card on time. Anyway, this was how we are storing our birthday cards. You can see we've made quite a few, and today I wanted to make one with you, but I wanted to show you some projects first. Now what I wanted to talk about was the Pocket Thoughts stamps and the pocket dies. So this is a great little stamp set because I call this like a little incidental stamp set, so it's not like in your face. It's got small sentiments, small as in they don't take up a lot of real estate. It's got an image that you can definitely use for a birthday. You could use anniversary, you could use graduation. And what I really like, this is kind of maybe different for you, but I like this little arrow because many times we'll put card inserts into a pocket, And this arrow is an easy way to indicate that it needs to be pulled out. So there is the arrow. We're going to use some of this today. And here are the dies, and I want to take them out and share them with you. Where everything that I talk about today or we make has got these dies as part of the project. So this is the flat side. This is what would be your designer series paper, your cardstock, and then you lay this on it, run it through your die cutting machine, and it will go ahead and score your pocket so that you can fold those over and you'll have a little pocket, and then it will cut it out. So this fits nicely. I just cut a 4 by 5 piece of cardstock, and then this, or whatever I'm going to make this pocket out of, and that fits nicely, and I have very little wastage. So it comes in 3 sizes. So those are the 3 sizes, and it probably looks better on the magnet sheet, so I'll go back to that. But these are really great for those pockets. This is really great for when you're scrapbooking and you like to put your piece that you journal on. This is a good place to put it in to kind of like just give it a little bit of whimsy by putting your journaling card right into a pocket. So I'm going to show you what I made with these pockets, and then we're going to make a card also. So I used the smallest die right here. This is Blackberry Bliss. This is a mini slimline, and I used this die. I die cut 3 out of the Bloom's Impression designer series paper, and then I use tear and tape, and I find that works the best. If you put tear and tape, you're going to want your kind of thinner one. So sometimes we have thick and sometimes really thin, and then this is kind of medium. So I would say this is probably, I want to say, maybe 1/8 of an inch wide, and it fits perfectly in the part that you're going to fold under and adhere to your cardstock. So I did 3 of those. They all have a little insert, and every little insert, and this is about 1.5 inches in width. And I just used the stamp. It says "Yay You," lots of love, and then this says "Happy Birthday." And then I just did tie some twine on them, so that, you know, twine also is a good way to indicate you need to pull out that little insert inside. And then I just decorated the top with some ephemera that we had from our Wildflower designer series paper packet. And then also we had the mix and match birthday treat packet. So I just used those. I haven't put anything inside, but you know, here it's kind of a hidden message, and I think it's kind of interesting. You could use any colors you want. You could decorate the outside of the pockets however you wanted. I just felt that the sentiments were already inside, so I didn't really need anything on the outside. But I will tell you that the tear and tape will be your friend because of how it folds, and you want to get this fold down, because as you can tell, there's not like a lot of space where it folds. And when you go to put glue, you're going to want it to fit flat so that your insert can fit in there. That glue may tend to ooze, and it's just getting the right amount of glue. So I don't even like to fuss with it. I just use my tear and tape. All right, so that's one project I created with this, and this is only one. I did want to say that, and I just haven't done it, but you can also make little bags with these pocket dies. It's all about measuring around it and getting your panel that will become the box part correct. Now, I created this also actually with my sister-in-law in mind. She likes tea, and so this is one of those pocket cards are all the rage right now, and it's basically 5.5 by 4.25 piece of cardstock, and then you just decorate around it. So here's the white part that I could put a message if I want. And then the cardstock, this is, oh gosh, peach pie. I was thinking pumpkin pie, and I knew it wasn't pumpkin pie. This is peach pie cardstock, and then I used some of this Daisy designer series paper, and that actually comes from some of those tags that we had in that mix and match, wildflower mix and match. So I just used some up here to kind of give it to kind of take away from the solid peach pie. I used a ribbon just to go around, and then I attached it back here, and then the white piece of cardstock covers that up. But because the main thing is what's inside, I just wanted to keep it, I want it to be attractive, but I don't think it has to be lavish. And so inside this pocket, I'm going to send her some tea. Now, this wasn't my original idea. My original idea was to make this a white insert that I could write her a note. But when I bought this tea, I was thinking it would just be a tea bag, and she loves tea. So I thought I would put the tea bag in this pocket and then the insert in this pocket. But I made a mistake, and I got a box that has several of these packets, and in each packet there are 6 tea bags. So that's okay. I don't mind at all. I did buy it specifically to send it to her. So that's okay. I'm just sending her a couple more cups of tea. And then I took the medium envelope or pocket die. So that's this one. And this is that one. And I also die cut that. I cut it out of that designer series paper that was in the wildflower packet. And then I did just make the insert. I used some ephemera because, you know, the tea thing, because I kind of messed up on the tea thing. I just used some greetings that were out of that all the greetings that came in that mix and match greeting pack. And so I just put "Oh Happy Day" on there, and then also this hello that also came from that same greeting pack. And you know, I kind of was thinking, what am I going to put on there, because it's really not a birthday, but you definitely could make it a birthday item, and you could put pretty much anything you want on there. On the front, you could put a piece of cake from that ephemera. You could put, if you cut this down, that would be beautiful. Maybe change the colors. That would be beautiful. You could, you know, there's pretty much anything you could wanted to do, you could do with that. And this is just what I did, because it's not really going to be a birthday thing for her, but you know, it might. And I put, I mean, it could be. And I did put, this is one of those tags. You can see it coming through the back. So that was the Daisy. On one side it's Daisy, on the other side it's this striped. So I just covered it up with a white and put a sentiment on it, and that's just going to live there. And then I'll just mail this to her, and if I mail it in an envelope, it is going to take 2 stamps, but I'm probably going to put it in a mailer, because I don't trust that machine at the post office. I don't trust it with my tea bags inside. So there's 2 projects I made using the pocket dies, and then I wanted to make a card with you today, and this is the card that I wanted to make. So it's kind of different. It's like a fun fold. We're going to use this pink plaid that came in the Wildflower Mix and Match Designer Series paper, and I really do want to show that to you. So this is the Designer Series paper, and you can see all of those tags that come in it, and then these are all cut apart. So there are sentiment strips that you can use. There is just a lot of nice stuff. On the opposite side of these tags, there is designer series paper like what's in the package. So here's that Daisy designer series paper. And you know, the good thing about it is you can even cut out the little images if you wanted to and use those and not even use this part of the tag. But it's just awesome. So there's 2 of these sheets, and then I want to be careful because well, I'm just going to take them out. So I'm going to move this because I want to show you. So here are the 2 sheets of the cut aparts, and then we have 2 sheets of this, and on the opposite side you'll see stripes, so that's kind of nice. And then this is gorgeous. This is Pool Party plus the gold foil, and on the opposite side are the sprigs of leaves, and those are gorgeous. I want to with my designer series paper that I've already pretty much used up, this is the sheet I'm saving because I want to do something special with this design. So there's that. And then this is beautiful too with the polka dots. On the opposite side are some more florals. I like the gold leaves that pop out. So 2 of those. And now we're going to get to what we used on the card, which is the pink plaid. Florals on the other side. And then there are these punch outs. Now, the more I keep taking this out, the more they're going to kind of fall off. But hopefully you can see them, and hopefully you get an idea of what they look like. So there are these banners that are, let me see, I'm trying not to mess them up anymore. So here is this banner that is really cute. There's some, well, you can see everything that's on here. There's 2 pages of this, so you have an opportunity to really do some creating. And these florals could be on anything. They don't have to be on a birthday card. They could be on anything that you choose. So this is something I'm going to be giving away, and this is if you share one of the videos here on Facebook and you comment, by comment, that's just to let us know that who you are that's watching, because Facebook doesn't tell me who's watching. They just tell me how many are watching or have viewed the video. So I really don't know who's viewed the video, and so it's kind of nice to connect with you. And so if you share the video and just let me know that you're watching, then I am going to, of all the people that do that, I'm going to randomly pick a name, and that person is going to win a package of this designer series paper. So, you know, if that's something you think you want, then go ahead and share and comment, right? Now, if you share and comment on the YouTube channel, then I'm giving away a free stamp set. If you just comment and don't share, then I have prizes I'm going to give away for that. I'm also going to give prizes when you sign up for my newsletter, because my newsletter is a way that I can be a little more personal when I interact with you, and I also keep you very much in the know. Usually there's some tutorials I send out, as well as any big events that are happening. Now let's go ahead and create this card. So we're going to start out with, this is Bubble Bath. We're going to start out with this bubble bath. Now this bubble bath is 4 1/4 by 9, and I scored it at 3 1/2. So that's a little bit of a different score line. And so we're just going to go ahead and burnish this right here. And then we're going to put an insert just to kind of decorate the inside. And we're using that pink plaid. Now I want the pink plaid to live in my card just like this one does. But I'm going to show you something. so before I folded it, I put these together. When I folded it, the fold line, they don't sit flush, right? So my suggestion is to fold them separately, and then once they're folded, then, folded, then go ahead and glue it. Then you don't have that gap. So this happens to be 3 3/4 by 8 1/4, and then I scored it at 3 inches, and then burnish that fold line, and then now we can go ahead and put this in here. So let's go ahead and do that. And I am going to use my liquid glue with this because it's just easier on my videos to do that. And so here we go. So I am going to lean this up to the fold line right here because I want a margin on both sides. And with the liquid glue, you do have just a little bit of time to manipulate that if you need to manipulate your paper if you need to. And then I'm just going to fold it over, and now we don't have that gap. Okay, so, oh, and I didn't get a very good margin here. Let me try that again. That's the beauty of this liquid glue. Let's see here. Okay. Whew, much better. All right, so we're going to set this aside and let it dry, and then we're going to talk about all the inside pieces. We have an inside of the card, which is this little, so it's a card within a card, and that piece measures 4 1/2 by 3, and we scored it at 2 1/4, or I scored it at 2 1/4. And this part, we're going to decorate just a little bit, but we're going to put it in our card so that it kind of flaps over, right? I don't know what I just got on my hands here. I think I'm going to do this because, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to do this because I don't want that to show. So we're going to put it in the middle, just like that. And I am going to glue it, so we're not going to do the dimensional thing, but probably should have stamped it first, but because I wanted that side to be hidden, it probably doesn't matter. So let's see here. I'm going to fold this down so I can kind of get it in the middle. And then I'm just going to press on that, and it will glue or adhere down our insert. And I am going to stamp Happy Birthday, and you can see this font, this Happy Birthday font. That is from an older paper pumpkin, but you can use any Happy Birthday stamp you want. I just happen to really like that font, and I feel like it's just right for the size of my card there. And so I am using a Petunia Pop ink. Even though this is not Petunia Pop, but I like how it, now I'm committed, but I like how it looks with the lighter pink. And so there's that. Happy Birthday is done. And then you can decorate the inside however you want. I just looked through all of my ephemera that I had left over from that birthday treat bag, and I decided to use a little cupcake right there. I just put it in the middle. Just kind of hold it till it kind of grabs there. And then you can see the front. Now, I thought long and hard about what I wanted to do with that. And so here's what I did. I took, this is a tag, and I took this tag and I just cut it down. So I'm going to bring out my trimmer, and we happen to know that this is 3 inches tall, right? So we know that we need 3 inches tall, and this is more than 3 inches. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut here. And this is 3 inches. Let's measure. Now we know, we can see that we need to cut it down on the sides a little bit, and that's okay, because you can see when I cut it before that I got some of that other tab there still on there, still lingering. So cutting that down is going to be good. And I'm going to cut some from this side. And that should be all I need to cut. And so we'll just put it on there, glue it on there. And I just, this ephemera from that birthday treat pack is very useful, because you can use it however your imagination leads you. There's no wrong answer. All right, so there we go with that. I'm going to now work on the pocket that goes right here, because this pocket is great for a gift card. So if you want to put a gift card there, you could put your gift card on a piece of white cardstock, and then you just use a little glue dot to stick your gift card on there, and then just put it in here. So we're going to work on that pocket die. Or this is from with the pocket dies that I've done this. And also I'm going to put some paper here over the top of it, and I decided to use this designer series paper, but as you can see, it would cover up that little thumb hole. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put that designer series paper right there. I'm going to take a pencil, and I'm just going to trace that hole on the other side so you wouldn't even see the ink, and then I'll cut it. But let's go ahead and, let's go ahead and put this on here. So we'll get my scissors, and we'll cut out that little thumb pull there. And the reason I'm doing this first is because it'll fit better on here. And so you could see that I'm going to fold down the fold lines, but you can see that they're already, when you run the die through your die cutting machine, it does the score lines for you. All right, so this is the square that we want to cover, and we're just going to use this plaid again. This side. So let's go ahead and put the glue on here. I'm going to put it on here. You don't even have to cover that if you don't want to. You could just leave it with the pink, with the plain pink. Okay, I'm actually going to look at this from this side and make sure there's no overhang. I can see just a little bit, so I'm going to let the bubble bath be my guide, and I'm going to clean it up. And you really don't have to do this. It's just that I know it's there and I want it to be gone. So there we go. When you have a little pink showing, that's good. And then we will take our tear and tape, And I'm gonna unfold it because I need to get that tear and tape on there. And you just put it on straight. You can tear it off with your finger. If that's an issue, you could always use a clear block to hold it down when you tear it off. Okay, and then I'm going to cut that tear and tape off because I don't want any overhang. Okay, and I know I was out of camera, sorry. I am going to varnish down this tear and tape so that I can pull off that release. And then I'm going to get my, take a pick tool, and I'm just going to lift up that tear and tape, and it comes off quite easily as long as you've varnished down that tear and tape, because you don't want to pull up the tape that you've put down there. And here we go. Okay, so we'll bring our card over, and here's what I like to do. I like to fold this bottom part down just like that, and that's going to help me decide where I want it. So here's the fold line, and here's the edge part. I kind of want it in the middle, and I also can see, and I'm not going to push all the way down because I don't want that tear and tape to grab. All right, let's see. That looks straight, and I'm going to fold this side down, and then that's going to grab, and I'm going to take my bone folder, and I'm just going to go inside this pocket, and I'm going to push down so that what we're taping is just such a small area that it needs a little help, I think, in my mind. And then I'm going to fold this down and do the very same thing. And that will also help the fold, so it kind of will give you a little room to put things in, and it won't be completely flat. And also, it kind of will get those corners so that you don't have that coming up. All right, so there is our pocket, and then you can do all kinds of things with this insert. You can punch a hole in it. You definitely could do that. You could decorate this, but if you're putting a gift card on it, there's not much room to decorate, right? And I'm sorry I don't have a gift card so that we could see. But here's what I did want to show you is you take the arrow, and I've got the arrow here on my stamp, and we're going to stamp it with the arrow pointing up. So, whoops, that's not too good. I have this other stamp on here and I can't see through. Let's try this again on the other side. Okay, and there we have the arrow pointing up. So that's just going to indicate that they need to pull this up, and inside they'll find their gift card. And you can cut it down. Obviously, I'd need to. Let's just do that now. So I'm just going to cut just a little bit off because I do want it to stick up so that they can see it. Let's see, I think this might work. Yep, there we go. All right. So we've got that done. Now I wanted to do something with the front. So I just took this plaid or gingham, and I'm just going to glue that on the edge. And this is an inch strip, just so you know. So it's 1 inch by 5 1/4. And then I thought, okay, so I'm going to put a sentiment here. Now our little cards are getting a little bulky, but I'm going to put a sentiment here. So I used an sentiment strip that I had that has this gold trim, but you can use any strip you want. And I know that whatever I put on here is going to be covered up, right, with this. So I don't want I want the sentiment to kind of show with this card here. So I'm going to only stamp right here on this side, and I decided to stamp yay you, and so that's from these, all of these stamps are from Pocket Thoughts. So I'm going to put yay you, and I'm going to stamp it right on the edge. And then I thought, okay, I want to decorate it a little bit because I don't want, for one thing, it's on the edge, which seems kind of strange, doesn't it? I mean, because we're so used to things being a little bolder. So I'm going to go ahead and put this flower here. It's not going to show, but that's okay because when you open it up, I do want it to show. So let's go ahead and put this on. I am gluing it, or putting my liquid glue, because this card is already a little bulky, and I'm going to put this part down so I can see where I'm going to stick this. And then I'm going to glue my flower down just like that. And then I thought, okay, so it still looks like a little, it still needs something. So here's what I decided is I'm going to go ahead and put gold on here. There's gold in here, and that will work. And so I thought, I don't want to cut up my gold. Remember, I told you I really tried to watch how I use that. So I had some of these parts that I cut that were left over from when I die cut that arch. So that's what I'm using. You can see where I cut it. So I'm really trying to be thrifty with my gold, and I'm just going to put it on the edges. Just like this, and I'm going to try and get it fairly flush. Let's see here. So I just cut the corners. I didn't really measure. I mean, obviously I think you can tell, but you could measure if you want to, but I just didn't. I didn't. So we have that so far, and I'm going to put some more on this edge as well. And that kind of, to me, brings everything together. Whoop. Guess I didn't get any glue on here. Imagine that. That will be the first. Usually I get too much glue. Okay, there we go with that. Okay, and one more. So as you can see, I'm using some of the, some of the scraps that I had here. This glue is a scrap for sure. This pink strip was a scrap. And that's another thing with your gold. It does pick up little things. This is some glue that was on my fingers. Okay, and then so when your card, it looks like this, and then when they open it up, there it is, happy birthday, and they have their gift card inside. You could also put a white panel back here if you wanted to write more. Sometimes There are people that like to write a lot on their cards. Sometimes I find it hard and it's like, what should I write kind of thing. But anyway, you can also put some brushed butterflies on here if you want. I think those would be nice. You could put some iridescent gems on it or some pearls, whatever works for you. I'm going to just use the butterflies, and I'm going to put a medium, a small, and I am going to put a large. Now, these brushed butterflies, if you remember at the beginning of this video, they are part of a celebration thing, the campaign. So if you have your qualifying purchase, then you can get those brushed butterflies for free. And so here's our card, and it will fit in a medium envelope, just to show you, sorry. It'll fit in a medium envelope. What's in my envelope is not opening very good. This is an envelope reject here, I think. There we go. And so, I don't know what this envelope goes to. Maybe I tried to use it and it wouldn't. Let's get one that's good. Okay. Okay, there we go. So it fits in the envelope. So I'm going to bring those all back out. And then the mini slimline fits in a number 6 envelope, so it doesn't fit in a medium envelope. Obviously, it's too long, but they fit nicely in a number 6. And these, as long as they're not bulky and they don't weigh more than regular postage is supposed to weigh, you don't have to add more than 1 stamp. So that always works well. All right, so I'm very glad that you joined me today for the last day of our birthday shindig. And as always, when we go to a birthday party, it's always sad when it ends, but all good things come to an end, right? So be sure and stop in at ritaspapermotif.com where you can get all of the measurements and check on everything that we've done. And I did want to just tell you, I did mention before that I was going to finish up all those alternative cards. But to be completely honest, I still have a few more to go. So I'll just kind of keep posting them on Facebook as I create them, so you can see them if you're interested. So thank you so much for visiting me. You all have a great week, and hope to see you in the Spring Fest. So thanks and bye.